Brown and Scoop, the only place where you find sports, entertainment, lifestyle, pretty ladies, food, and everything in between with a black guy and a Jew all in once. And make sure you subscribe to us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We are in there like swimwear, and we talk about culture as well, man. I mean, for me, growing up in different atmospheres, I've been around a lot of Haitians. And I ran into a guy that I know through mutual people, DJ Scripz, and he introduced me to his documentary called the Haitian Polo Documentary, and he curated it, and I got a chance to actually watch it over the weekend and was really just intrigued about the American dream, you know, getting that fly polo suit, getting those nice pair of shoes, and you know, coming from a family of entrepreneurs, it was something that I really gravitated to. So first and foremost, so welcome to Brown and Scoop.
Well, thank you, man. I'm glad to be here, man. It's a pleasure, man.
Walk me through this documentary, man. You were born in Haiti, moved to Brooklyn?
Well, I was born in Haiti. I don't want to say the year, but I was born in Haiti.
You don't have to date yourself. Go ahead.
I was born in Haiti, came to Brooklyn, New York during 1985. I think it's June 7th, 1985.
That's about 10 days after I was born.
Wow. So we'll put some old people out here.
We won't tell. We
won't say nothing, man.
Right.
Then the minute I migrated over here, you know, things obviously were different. You know what I'm saying? Living in Haiti, coming here to a whole new foreign land, I had to adapt. You know, I had to assimilate. I had to acculturate, and it wasn't only me. It was a whole bunch of other young Haitians like me. You know, I went through the process, man, and I'm happy to be here to talk about it.
And you were actually featured on a few platforms, Power 105, and also Hot 97, and you were kind of, this is 50.
Tribeca.
Yes. So you guys were at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Well, we did, you know, I mean, I don't want to elaborate on that, but we were.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that went on, you know, but we were there, you know, God's good, you know, the Most High's blessing, and we got our foot through the door, and we made it happen.
Now, the thing that kind of stuck out for me with your documentary was the fact that you just talked about old school New York, the 90s.
80s and 90s.
You took me back to the red cars, Dinkins and Giuliani.
Dinkin and Giuliani.
And what really stood out to me was the attire back then. You had the fila. You actually wearing fila now.
Yes, I am.
The ballet shoes, the Playboys, the polos. But the thing that really stood out in the time and age today that is what it is bullying. A lot of Haitians were made fun of because they didn't look like everybody else. I remember teasing a kid one time because he had a pair of Adidas on. They said a D bus and it had four stripes on it. But the thing that stood out was that you guys were trying to look like everybody else.
Yes, we were. Especially, you know, coming from the background we came from. You know, we came from a French background. You know, slack trousers and nice dress shirts and nice haircut. Not like this, you know, flat top I got now. Or this type of haircut, because Haitian parents, my parents, I don't know about other Haitian parents, well, they did not allow that. Most Haitian parents wanted their kids to be a particular way, and they wanted them to look very grooming, very nice, and very productive. You know, and coming here in this hostile environment, it wasn't that. You know, going to school, you know, checking these people out that had the Timberlands on, the baggy jeans on, the baggy shirts. You know, you had to, you know, find a way to assimilate in. You have to find a way to look like them in order for you to not get stigmatized, discriminated against, disrespected, bullying. Man, it got crazy. It got really crazy.
And then the film was just so layered. In the film you talked about just achieving the American dream, trying to look like everybody else. Then you talked about the AIDS epidemic in the 90s. It takes me back to Magic Johnson when he announced that he had HIV.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, just, I guess, the buildup was what really stood out to me. How long did it, I want you to, after you answer this question, I want you to state what you were going to say before I asked this question, but how long did it take you to actually compile all of the data for your documentary?
Well, it took me a long time. The reason why it took me a long time in the beginning, the people that I was working with, the production people, they were not interested. They thought it was just a nonsense story. But when they dug into it, they looked into it, and they saw how influential the story was, they started, you know, saying, acting shady. You know how that goes. And then, you know, from that, because of that process, it should have took me like 6 months. It ended up taking me like 2 years to complete 100%. And that's what happened. It took me about 2 years, man. Probably more than that, but I'm gonna just stick with 2 years.
Okay.
Because I remember I started recording, you know, putting the film together in 2014, and you know it got released around 2016, so about 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Brown and Scoop in the studio with DJ Scripz. The other thing that kind of stood out to me was just hearing people telling the story about boosting. For those who are listening that don't know what boosting is, it's when you go into a shopping mall, you put the foil into the into the shopping mall, and you know you put stolen material. Was it really that serious? It
was that serious. The boosting thing was that serious. However, coming from my era, there's different layers. There's different stories in terms of boosting. Not everybody was a booster. Mm-hmm. Not everybody had the balls or the courage to go out and boost. You did have certain kids in the neighborhood, that's what they specialized in. Then you had other kids in the neighborhood who had good parents, that had money, that were able to afford these things. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture. The common denominator was it's getting the item. Whether it was a shirt, whether it was a jacket, whether it was a goose, whether it was a hat, you had to get it. And some kids, they did not have the means, they didn't have the money to get it. So the only way to get, the only way they had of getting these things was boosting it. Other kids were fortunate to be able to get it without boosting. You know what I'm saying?
It takes me back to college and. When that song by Kanye West came out, the Diamonds Are Forever remix, and he said it's in a black person's soul to rock their gold.
Exactly.
But looking back on it now, was it worth the hassle to just wear that polo?
It's not a matter of was it worth it. You know, we kids. When you're a young person and you're going through it, you're going through the motion. You want to be cool. Yeah. You want to be the hipster. You want to be the cool dude in the school. You want to be the one people are talking about. So you're gonna do things that make you look cool. And having a lot of fresh clothes, that's one of the prerequisites of being cool. Mm-hmm. And not only having the clothes, knowing how to put it together, that's another prerequisite that make you cool. You know what I'm saying? But in a way, it kind of like, yes, it was worth it because it got you certain things certain people could not get, like the most prettiest girl in the school, you know what I mean? Or people will be talking about you for days, months, and still now people, it depends on how well you give it up and how much you give it up. Some people, they really, you know, became an icon, you know, urban icon off of that, you know what I'm saying? And they can't, if they want, they could really write books or write stories or take it to whatever level they want to, you know what I'm saying?
What's next for your documentary?
Well, the next thing I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to raise as much awareness, and then what we're going to do is we're going to convert it into a movie, but I don't want to give too many details about that because my movie is going to be explosive. I mean, I don't even want to, because last time I had the documentary, I was talking about it every day, so everybody knew what I was doing. Now I'm a little bit more quiet. You know
okay, Frank Lucas.
You know what they say, right? The loudest person in the room
is
the weakest. So I don't want to be the loudest person anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking how I'm going to approach the situation. You know what I mean?
For Haitian Americans, and not even just Haitians, I mean, I remember some of the different verbiage that people use in the movie. Haitian booty scratcher.
Yeah, Haitian booty scratcher. Boat people, Haitian, you got HIV, go back to your nation. And the HIV thing was about to, you know, put a little more emphasis on that. The HIV thing, it was just an insult to the Haitian people when the CDC made that comment that Haitians brought HIV to America. That was extremely untrue. And that's one of the main reasons why, you know, we did that march. And we went across the bridge and we shook the bridge and we did what we had to do. You understand what I'm saying? So we had to really let them know they were being unfair. So we had to send out a message, and the march did that exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that tidbit. But to my initial question, for someone who's a minority, or someone, you know, not someone who's, you know, Filipino, somebody who is Haitian, somebody that's Jamaican, somebody who's from any other culture, what would your film, how does that empower someone?
Well, first of all, the film has different layers. Okay. It's an immigration story. You understand what I'm saying? So which means if you're an immigrant, already there's a relationship there. You can relate to the struggle. In addition to that, people who don't know Haitian culture, it will give them insight on where Haitians came from. And that's especially if you into educational stuff or you into historical stuff, that's a form of empowerment, knowing certain things about certain places in the world. You understand what I'm saying? And in a nutshell, it really is an empowerment tool because it shows you how us young Haitian people came from the struggle, how resilient we were and how strong we were, and how much we maintain our integrity and pride, and look where we are now. Now, you have Haitians all over the industry. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a triumph. You understand what I'm saying? So
Wyclef and Melky Jean.
Wyclef, Melky Jean, you got Herbie Lovebug, you have Harv Pierre, you have countless others that I can't remember right now, but there's Karen Civil. Oh man, the list go on and on. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't just start now. It was way back, and all the struggles came together, and all the success, and now look what's going on. Wyclef is an international superstar. Karen Civil is a well-known
rising star.
Rising star. Mona Scott, you know, the producer of hip hop, is Haitian, and I got a chance to meet her, and she was very powerful, and that was an empowerment moment for me to meet her and listen to her story. Her story, my story, is very much the same. You know, she was raised by Haitian parents, and her ideals, her values, her morals, her ethics, pretty much the same with me.
How have things changed now, years later? I mean, obviously, the whole bullying thing and just keeping up with the Joneses. Do you think kids just have more access to the name brand things, and it's less about what you have, but more about the content of your character?
Well, now it's different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you said, the content of your character. Now Haitians are extremely popular. As a matter of fact, Haitian is trending. If you go on Instagram or Facebook right now, if you don't see a Haitian post, if you don't see somebody talking about Haiti or Haitians, something's wrong. So everybody know about the culture, everybody know about the struggle, everybody know about the history. You know, Haitians, Haiti being the first free black republic. You know what I'm saying? So it's way different. You know what I'm saying, than before. Now you don't. When you go to school, kids don't have no problem being Haitians. Kids don't have no problem hanging with the Haitians. Back in the 80s and in the 90s, that was a problem.
And you know, we actually had a prominent Haitian on our show not too long ago.
Oh, you did?
Olden Paladis.
Yeah, there you go, Sacramento Kings. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
He called in one time, and it actually kind of went
viral.
You did? Yeah, he talked
man.
about the time that he had to help Kobe Bryant get into a party because this was in his rookie year because he wasn't old enough.
Wow.
And he talked about the time that he actually broke up a fight between Kobe and Shaq.
Wow.
So, you know, Haitians, y'all strong, y'all everywhere.
No, listen, well, it's in the DNA, and I think we all strong. It's just that, you know, the Haitians, you know, they emphasize theirs, you know, it's a little bit more. Jamaicans are strong, Trinidadians are strong, you know, African Americans are strong. It's just that we had to send out the message, you know what I'm saying? We're not playing.
Sac passe.
Sac passe, we here, you know what I'm saying?
So before we let you go, where can everyone find more information about your documentary?
Well, the documentary, it's all over social media. All you gotta do is go on Google and type the Haitian Polo Documentary. It's gonna pop up. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just go on the Instagram, the Haitian Polo Documentary Instagram page, and you just click on the link and you'll be able to access it. Or you can go on my DJ page, DJ _ SCRIPZ, and you know, you just click on the link there and you access it. And you could go on Facebook, the Haitian Polo Documentary fan page, it's there. You could go on my group page, the Haitian Polo Documentary group page is there. So it's very accessible. And it's also, just to make a long story short, you can just get it on VHX. Oh boy.
You're just a popular dude. Ron and Scoop in the building with DJ Scripz talking about the Haitian Polo Documentary. Yeah. You were saying though? Yeah, you can catch it on VHX.com, and all you have to do is subscribe for free and just type in the Haitian Polo Documentary. It should pop up. Just Google the brother. Just Google it, man. I'm all over social media. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we there. You know, everywhere. All right. YouTube, you can just go on YouTube. But if you go on YouTube, you're just going to see the trailers.
it's better you go on vhx.com and subscribe for free and look up for the Haitian Polo Documentary, or you check the links on Instagram, and you'll be able to have access to the film.
That'll work, Pablo Guy DJ.